it's crazy. So while we're on the subject of Derek Carr, more YouTube videos started popping up, and this one's a really interesting one. How did Derek Carr play his last game as a Raider? And this is by a YouTube channel called the Quarterback School, the QB School. After listening to like 5 minutes of this guy talk, I was like, subscribe. You know what I mean? This guy's very knowledgeable. Me, I'm a very run of the mill sports fan, right? There's a few. I love a lot of sports. You know what I mean? Football being my favorite sport. You know what I mean? Soccer being my first sport that I ever played. So soccer's also on the list. You know what I mean? Lacrosse and all that stuff. I'm just a regular sports fan. You know, like I knew the basics of football. I remember my freshman year playing football. I was a right guard, and I would ask the left guard after almost every play. If it wasn't a replay, then I would understand what play I would be. But like almost every play that I didn't know, hey, what am I doing here on this one? And he would tell me, bro. Like I was clueless, dude. You know. Honestly, I wanted to be a running back or a linebacker. You know what I mean? But I had no knowledge of the sport. I just knew that I could rock heads. You know what I mean? Like I could run people over. You know, used to play that smear the. You know what I mean? There's rules on YouTube I'm trying to follow. So yeah. I did a video on Derek Carr recently, right? I'm like cussing a storm through it. Probably just cussed recently, whatever. But I will get better. You know, it's like working at the youth center, working for YouTube or doing YouTube videos. You know, but yeah, this is a dope video for us regular sports fans to watch. Make sure that you guys go follow the Quarterback School. This is it right here. This is the Quarterback School. This is that's the video we're gonna watch. This is his profile. I already subscribed. Hit the bell too. Join. I think that's join the Patreon. Take me out to dinner first.
In here, 3rd and 10.
But yeah. I was on listening to this. But I figured I should do a reaction to this. So let's do it up, guys. All right.
Hi everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today we are really doing it. Derek Carr, what happened? Locked in, fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School.
Or is that how he gets the ball, right?
Before we dive into the video,
That's how he
quick
gets the
reminder,
ball.
we have revamped the Quarterback School
Shot
Patreon
good.
community. Never been cheaper. It's never been easier to sign up. Never been more content available over there. If you're looking for even more Quarterback School content, hop over to the Quarterback School Patreon community. Great way to support the channel. Easy way to support the channel. And you get a bunch of additional content. Hop over there, make it happen. I appreciate the support. As for this video,
check it out. It's probably free.
All right, let's peel back the
Or he
layers
said cheaper
here
than
and
ever,
see if
so
we
it's
can
not
see
free.
why
Yeah.
from the film Derek Carr isn't playing
cheap
anymore.
bastard.
Now, this is a rough one. Rough game, rough L, 10-13. On the road, rough elements. But I think as we'll get into this, there are some things here that I think can be questioned from all angles, like most things. But what can't be questioned is the old man pump fake right here. Whoop! Look at my guy 90 here. Fall for it. Yo, gotcha. I love it. Just a little crafty vet move. So design-wise here, it's worth talking about specifically this play because we see this play a few different ways. This is normally just post with an over. Okay, and normally this over just continues to run. And this has been killing teams in the league here the last few years, especially middle field close looks. But what the Raiders do here is really run almost like a settle route where he kind of hooks up deep over the ball. So not quite as common. And I think right here it's worth asking why. Because do they allow the eligible to kind of settle here, or can he keep running? Or is this a true kind of, we're going to go up and hook up? Because if it is, you know, I think it's worth questioning the design because the over element or the crosser element of it is what I think most people would classify as wide ass open. And so, you know, these are the things when I'm looking at the film saying, hey, is this on the quarterback or is this on the offensive architecture? For me, this is on the design. You know, that over up top has
throw it over. You know what I mean? Throw it right here. Throw
maybe
over.
They saw
Throw
something
it.
on film. They were going to take advantage of the middle. It's not there. Good decision not to throw it.
Stay
not
in
to
the
force
pocket.
It. Don't make a play.
Nah,
Love
bro.
the crafty
Fuck that.
pump fake here at the end. But again, for me,
Or Waller right
design,
here.
You have to question when there's that much space and we're not attacking it. So we come back to this. Next one here, 3rd and 7, touchdown pass. This is really nice. There's a lot of trust with Renfro in the slot up top. That's an absolute dot. Nice finish as well. Great accuracy. A lot of trust here. There's not a lot of space to put this ball. And so a few things here.
That was a beautiful pass.
The accuracy of this throw, the execution, 3rd and 7, touchdown pass, really nice. I think it's also worth acknowledging in this game, okay, there are some throws with this type of weather that's going to be tough and you're going to miss. But this type of throw on this type of out with really good coverage, kind of inside leverage, waiting for you to break out, kind of sit on that. He's right in his hip the whole time. This is just a better ball than coverage. And it's a nice finish as well. But it's such a good ball that you wonder, hey, do we have issues throwing the ball in this weather? Because that's a perfect throw. I mean, you couldn't go out there and hand it to him with better coverage. I mean, world class, elite, perfect ball placement, nice finish. They're on the same page. So, yeah, it's good. It's great. But then it makes you think, hey, when we're having balls slip or missing balls later, why can't we execute quite like this? Now, did the weather change? Maybe. You know, hard to tell from the All-22. Next one here, play action. Now, this time, remember we did the post with the overstop? This time it's over. Keep running, buddy. You got to get the ball.
Look at how
this
open
over on the
Devontae
tight end
Adams
has to get the ball.
right here.
I know he throws a check down.
Look how open he is.
There's a few times
right
in this
here.
game where he checks the ball down for me when the ball has to go down the field. Now, I know he moves a little bit here. This, to me, is worth the discussion here. Pocket movement versus pocket reset. And
How do
that's
you not
where you
see
get into
Waller,
kind of
dude?
the nuance of kind of why I enjoy this channel. So here's the post. And to me, this ball on the over, it has to be thrown. Okay, so what was I talking about when I said pocket movement versus pocket reset? When you get to the back of this drop, if he decides he's got to move, so you have some violent movement where you have to move, do you stay on the run or do you kind of violently move and reset your feet? Because if you can move and reset your feet, you got to throw this ball. And I think, this is just, I think Derek Carr has a when he moves, he stays on the run and he gets himself in trouble. More than, hey, just get off the spot, reset your feet, keep your eyes.
I'm a fan of him spreading the ball and running up, right? You know what I mean? It's just, he just doesn't do it anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I guess he's been scolded, right? Hey, don't do that. But when he did it, he was getting those first downs. You know what I mean? Like, that was cool. I don't care what these motherfuckers say. If get us a first down. I don't give a fuck how you're getting it. Get us a first down. You know, you think they tell Patrick Mahomes, hey, you know, that first down was great and all, but you should have passed it. No, they don't. Oh, hey, that touchdown was fucking great, but next time pass it instead of running it up. No, they fucking don't. Don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, you want your quarterback to be the quarterback and throw the ball, right? I understand. You know what I mean? But I loved it when Derek Carr used to spread out the field and then fuckers make magic happen or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? But he just doesn't do that no more. Maybe he's been scolded so many times not to do that, and that's what it is. That's the rules in the NFL. But, like, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Down the field, and this is a big play. These are the types of plays, if I was the offensive architect, I was the coordinator, I would be upset that Carr didn't find a way to throw this ball. Because this is a big chunk. We can get a check down any fucking time. Okay? And I emphasize the language because this is how people end up not playing. You gotta find ways to hit that type of open, especially with your big ballers. Look at the movement. So yeah, he has to move. I'm not saying he doesn't have to move.
Just
we take
step
an L.
in.
And what is that,
Step
left guard?
in.
We take an L at left guard. Give up an edge.
Step
Violent
in.
move to your right.
Step
reset your feet.
in.
Throw it.
Step
Yeah, you're going to get hit. You are. Now, you stay on the run. You don't get hit when you throw a check down. Okay, so he's not getting hit, staying on the run, throwing a check down. But like he soon found out, and I don't mean to be a jerk here and be too harsh, but damn near anybody can throw a check down. And they're going to find out with someone else throwing check downs now. Next one here.
True.
This is, to me, is an example of just not being on the same page really all over the place. This is a fake now screen with a little seam wheel, and he's trying to back shoulder this, kind of settle this, And this is a good example for, is this on Carr? Is this on the wide receiver? It sure looks like Josh on the sideline is pissed at the wide receiver. So we're trying to settle him. Look at the reaction here on the left. That sure looks like he's chirping at 84. So what is this play? Now, this play is a great play in high school, and I think that there's time and places for it to work at any level. But we're going to fake this little quick now screen. These are usually called bluff seams, bluff wheel. And so really you're just running the bones of all go into the boundary with this kind of fake quick screen or now screen. So you catch it. He does a really nice job of pumping and staying over the center. And then you just read this thing inside out. Now, because the corner gets depth here, he's trying to settle him kind of like a back shoulder here before the corner. And so they're just not on the same page. Now, is this on Carr? Is this on the offensive execution? Is this on the design? Is this on the wide receiver? I'd probably put a lot of it here on the wide receiver. It looks like he's just, it's not the way that I love this route run by 84. To me, let's just pretend we're coaching wide receivers in the league. Does this look like he's blocking? This is what used to piss me off at coaching lower levels of football. Does this look like he's blocking? It looks like he's just chilling and then over there. You got to come off like you're going to go block this nickel. Like you got to come off with your pads low, like you're going to hit him and then slip it up. You tell me if you think 84 is going to block here. To me, nah, not even. So he messes it up twice, really, for me. So is that on Carr? I don't think so. I really don't. I think this is a good execution. He's trying to throw him open. You can only play the plays that are called. Tough one. Next one here. So this one, I think, is on Carr. This is another play action, little fake lead draw. To me, the in at the bottom is open. Catch Tampa 2. Now, maybe you have to wait for the second window. Again, it's a completion. It's a check down. Okay, we already talked about anybody can throw a check down, really.
Matt Collins was all the way open.
They want people to hang in there and rip the ball down the field, especially when guys are open. Now, that's good pass pro. Again, I think his feet get him in trouble. Again, I think that there are elements of the design that I have questions about.
All the way open.
Elements of the design that I have questions about. First of all, let's acknowledge what I think is open here. We're going to catch Tampa 2, and we're going to run an in here. Now, I don't think the first window is open. If this is the first window, to me, it's closed. But the second window is open. And what I mean by that is this kind of hook curl player, whoever it is, I don't know which one it is, as he drops, he takes away that first one. So if you just hang on this and put it right here, it's there, in my opinion. Now, it's even more open because when we goes to throw the check down here, the hook curl defender drives up and makes it look even more open. But I think if he hung on there, it would be there because they run through, the Mike linebacker runs through with that. Now, the other part about design-wise here that I would have questions if I was the coordinator or head coach, why are we in a tight split? So to me, if you're in a tight split like this, you usually have to like burst release this in to open up that window. Otherwise, get out here and take advantage of the space to catch that first window, second window. You're just condensing the windows when you're in these condensed formations running true ins like this. So first, let's see the second window. Whoop. Again, you tell me, could he hang in there and throw that ball down the hash? And again, I acknowledge the hook curl defender is running up with the check down. Okay, but I think between the hashes is open for that in. This to me is another example of why he's not playing. We're turning down opportunities down the field. And I get it, okay? Don't come at me in the comments. Yo, bro, it's snowy, it's windy. I get it. It's not always easy to throw in these conditions. Windy. But he does later. And he's shown that he can already do it now.
Yeah, Mac.
So I want to see those balls.
Mac Collins was like fucking all the way open on that play, dude.
Big sail up top to the tight end. This isn't a perfect throw, but we give our guy a shot. Good things happen. Nice adjustment to the ball. And again, I don't think it is going to be perfect in conditions like this ever, but you got to throw it. So I love how here we get good pass protection. We hang in the pocket. Yeah, we're always toesy. That's just how he plays the position. Yeah, the footwork is always the footwork. We get a little heel click. It's not as consistent as I would love to be able to generate power down the field. But he's able to take advantage of the pass protection, hang in there, give your guy a shot down the field for a big play. And that's a nice catch at the end. Now, sure, would you love for that throw to be, 5 to 10 yards the other way out here with a chance to score versus here? Sure, but it's not easy to throw like this, okay? I want to make sure I emphasize that. I get that. But you got to give your guy a shot. He does right here. It's a big play. Love it. Now we start really getting into a tough spot for me. This is a 2-minute situation, second quarter, 24 seconds left, 2 timeouts. We're going to run a squirrel up top. This is a hell of a route. This, to me, is one of those ones where I just don't understand. Now, first of all, I think Adams should get his feet in, okay? He gets paid money to put his feet in. He catches it. Find a way to get your feet in, bro.
100%.
But Carr, this your boy, right? This is buddy ball. What are we doing footwork-wise here? Why can't we throw this with any anticipation? Again, look at the feet here. Right on the sideline. Catch it.
That's a
Get
big
both feet in.
thing.
Yeah, that left foot.
That's a big thing. These guys practice, right? Like these things. I remember in high school, the coach is like, I want you to be able to run this blindfolded. You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to be here at this spot right here. You know what I mean? Like, and they're not there. Or they're that whole anticipation thing. It's just pretty much you're just predicting where the receiver's gonna be, right? So he's en route. I'm gonna throw the ball like this with this much force, and by the time he turns around, he's gonna see the ball coming its way. Everyone else, look at all these out of the way. The only guy he needs to worry about is this guy, and he left him up there when he turned back around. So when he would have been turned back around, the ball's lobbing in his direction, and he should catch it. And Derek Carr can't do that? Wow. I'm learning a lot more about Derek Carr this one video than like all his film studies. Or not of the film studies, but like all his games that I've watched. You know what I mean? Because it's true. Like Derek Carr makes like 5 amazing passes in the game. And the rest is, I guess, this shit. This shit right here, you know? And it's like a gambler. A person that's addicted to gambling. Like he spends on fucking 20 scratchers, right? And he spends, let's say, on 20 scratchers, $20 each fucking scratcher. That's $400, right? He spends $400, and on 2 of those scratchers, he wins $100 or $200. So he broke even. You know what I mean? Or maybe lost a little bit of money. Maybe lost $100 to it, but he feel like he won. Right? Out of those, a couple like out of those 1 scratch, that motherfucker thinks he's winning. Like, nah, bro, that's not winning. That's not winning. Breaking even is not winning. You know?
Has to get in.
But sometimes you gotta learn how to eat your money, right? Like a boss. But you don't do that with gambling.
It has to. Okay? So I acknowledge it. Again, it's not all on Carr. But this route, bro, you got to be able to throw it to your buddy playing buddy ball here with some level of anticipation on this type of route. So I'm going to call this a squirrel, just a little down, out, up, and come back. It's just like a double move comeback. But watch the footwork here. Back of the drop. Okay, it's not ready yet. Da-da, 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 da-da. Wait till he comes out? Why are we waiting till he comes out? You have to be able to throw this with anticipation, bro. You're a Pro Bowler, multi-time Pro Bowler, played almost 10 years. Throw it. Throw it. Throw it. Throw it. Throw it. He's coming out of it. Now we throw it, and now we're late, and now it's on the sideline, and we can't get our feet down, even though he should get his feet down. Okay, so it can be all of those things. But you got to throw this ball. And again, he rips this ball. This ball's great. It's just late as hell. The pass protection is good enough. The design is good enough. Everything except the timing. And so for me, again, another example. We're turning down balls down the field. We're late on balls to our buddy. And when you're late on balls to your buddy, that's like the worst of the worst. Halftime. You dig the channel and you haven't already. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications.
Do all that.
It lets you know when we go live, when we put out new content. I really appreciate the support for the channel. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community. There have never been more members. It's never been cheaper. There's never been more content available. If you're interested in supporting the channel and becoming a Patreon member, hop over to the Quarterback School Patreon community. The link is in the video description. I appreciate the support. We also have a bunch of courses. The courses are really the premium content available through the channel on my favorite topics in ball, how to beat every coverage, RPOs, pass protection, tempos. We even have one that is a complete full offense. So if you're interested in any and all of those topics, you can find the courses in the link in the video description. And then finally, we've got a bunch of additional free resources.
I feel like that's like, if you want your kid to play football, like you should probably teach him the quarterback position, even though like he's like a big fat guy, right? Like your kid's a chubby guy, you know what I mean? He should learn the quarterback position, which is like the general of the field, you know, the guy that understands. He understands the way the defense is forming, you know what I mean? So like if a person understand, I wish I understood that, right? Playing football, you know what I'm saying? I wish I understood how the game worked, the coverages worked, all that stuff, you know. Like later on, I understand like the basic positioning and how like the backs and the line formations and all that, 3-4s, 4-3s, all that shit. Yeah, dude, it's just knowledge is important, you know what I mean? And especially like with football, people used to think it's such a brute sport, but it's not, dude. It's chess. It's literally you're playing chess. It's a game of war, and you're putting all these pieces against all these other pieces, and it's a lot of, oh man, it's a very mental game, super high mental game, you know. It's all these people trying to outwit each other, you know. Like there's a I guess like a highlight, not a highlight film, but like a documentary or something, and they're talking about Joe Burrow, right? And I forget what team, but it's like during the playoffs, and one team was like talking about Joey Burrow, and he's all like, yeah, he's hard to read. That guy tricks you. He's tricking you. That motherfucker's good. He tricks you, you know? That's how you have to be, you know? I was reading the draft report, the pros and cons on Derek Carr, and it says that motherfucker stares down his receivers. That's not a good look, you know? Like, that's how that fool gets picked all the time in the end zone. All the time. It's like, you know what? They let the Raiders drive down the field, right? But in the end zone, they're like, he's going to pass it to him. So just fucking be right there, you know? And
we got a pass pro quiz, a play calling tool, a free course on the passing quick game. So if you're interested in any and all of those things, the links are in the video description. I appreciate the support. As for this halftime break, let's get back to the video. Next one, again, a miss to Adams. This one to me is just a quintessential kind of unnecessarily sloppy footwork. Now, yes, we take a L up front with a TT stun. Okay, we got a guy running at you. I got you. But we've got to be able to hook up these layups. These are the ones that I think everybody is used to Adams just being handoffs from Rodgers. So he gaps him at the line of scrimmage right here. Boop, separates super quick with a great release. You've got to be able to just take a normal drop, bro, hit your back foot, and throw it. Okay? Yes, there is some element of a little game up front where they get a free runner. But if you just take a normal drop, don't bail out like you're shooting a fadeaway at the rec with no one on you. And you can see the unnecessary movement. See his feet? Look at his feet. His feet are lined up to throw, to the sideline, like he's going to try to hit McDaniels in the forehead. What are you doing? Why? This is the type of stuff that just drives me crazy. Probably why you don't see a whole lot of Carr, or ever saw a lot of Carr on the channel. It's just not my favorite football to watch. But you can see here, I mean, yes, there's a free runner. Okay? Yes, I get it. He's going to get hit. But the way he plays, he doesn't get hit, but he doesn't make the throw. And we miss. Now, could he catch it? It would be a hell of a catch. Does it hit his hands? Yes. But that to me is a miss. Damn. Missing layups now to our buddy. Next one here, 3rd and 10. 4 verticals. This to me is just a weird-ass throw. This is one of those, I'm going to attest it to weather. Okay, this ball looks like it slips coming out of his hand. This ball normally, I think is a few things. Okay, we'll put it this way. Look, even Santa is fired up with that crazy throw. That thing comes out like a little bit of a hand grenade. The old wet thumb, Brad Johnson. Now, if you had a marker, you would say, hey, just throw it right here, okay? This is the guy. Someone's going to screenshot me and be like, he should throw this, touchdown, okay? Don't be the screenshot guy. I get why he's trying, how this works, okay? Talk about how it works. He's probably trying to go up top, okay? That's the money up top, right? It looks like they're trying to keep a safety over the top here. So if they try to keep a safety over the top, then great. You should have this special. The guy running the inside vertical, the number 3 vertical. Where the ball is thrown. But he throws like a weird touch ball, assuming because it slips. The ball, normally, if this guy turns his back, is what? Right at him. He can only cover the width of his shoulders, put it right on him. That's the ball. So the decision of the ball to be so high, I'm going to attest to weather. It doesn't help, though. Oh, baby. That thing just comes out funky, right? Yikes. Tough. Really fortunate as well. So rough end to the first half. Again, you can see there that throw is there, right? Right behind 39's ear. Right there, throw it right at the 8. Instead of that ball, that leaves the screen.
Yeah. It needs to be like a laser
strange.
right down there.
And I'm going to attest it to just weather. Because that's not a throw you see guys make in the league very often, that type of miss. Next one here, first play, second half, interception. Now we're starting to get in real trouble. So we got an interception.
Start getting into Raider territory right here, yo.
We're going to talk about kind of the nuance of this throw because I harp a lot on this channel because I want to see anticipation. I think anticipation shows a lot of things for a lot of quarterbacks. This is one of those counterintuitive ones, okay? So wrap your mind around this. Don't just shut down where you really don't want to anticipate. So this is the difference between anticipating and startling a wide receiver. So he's going to startle the tight end here on this long trap kind of pop pass. When he goes to throw this thing, yeah, it's there. He throws it with anticipation. 87's not looking, right? But that's not a route where you expect that ball on your face like that right away. You're expected to kind of get up and run away from someone and let that thing develop. It's not a anticipation like out route or post or glance, bang 8 type thing. And so, maybe they're coaching him to do that. So you should have
thrown it out a little more out to the left.
So for me, this is one of those ones that very much is on Carr. But it's also one of those things where, hey, bro, you say all the time you want to see anticipation. Yeah, not like this, though. This is the kind of nuance and detail for me where you be the judge, okay? It looks like he's rushing this. So, yeah, I acknowledge the fact that he is getting grabbed. This tight end is getting grabbed. Okay? There's good pass protection here. Sit back here. Let him win. Run away. Okay, you got all this space to throw the ball. As opposed to playing what I'm going to call, lowercase panicking. Panic, boom, rip it right on him. Now it's a pick. Bad things happen, middle of the field, ball gets batted up. But you don't have to throw this ball this quick. You see all that space over there? Playing man coverage? Oh my God. Just so unfortunate, unnecessary. And to me, and it's hard because when you watch it from the back, you're like, man, he's playing with great anticipation. Not all anticipation is the same. And this is a perfect example for me.
Okay, that's like you're being very nitpicky. I understand maybe you could have gone a little further out, you know what I mean? But like again, you're a fucking pro. So you're supposed to turn around, ball's right there. That's how it works in the NFL. This is being very nitpicky in my opinion. But again, he's right. There's a lot of call where he's not with anticipation and he's late on the pass. So
one of those throws.
Again, I'm a average sports fan. You know what I mean? Head to the side,
bro. And you just don't have to, right? He doesn't get hit. The pass protection is good enough. Now, I think you can make the argument that we don't have to be in this long trap action, but that's a different argument for a different day. But come on, man. Damn. Just way too many things going sideways here. Next one, interception again. This one's just weird as hell. For guys who are normally always on the same page, and I would say Carr and Renfroe here for a long time in the league, they're just not here. And you can see Carr's reaction right here. I mean, he expects Renfroe to settle down there. He is essentially operating like he's uncovered. So what I mean by whatever this is supposed to be, okay, when he comes off and there's no one there, Carr expects him to just kind of throttle in this space, and he's able to quick flash fake and put it on him, as opposed to kind of what most people would say, like running to get covered. Don't run to get covered in many instances where if you come out and there's nobody there, just get your eyes back, especially quick like this with guys who have played together for a long time. You know, to me, this is much more him and Renfroe just not being on the same page, because it's there. He sees it pop. Renfroe just doesn't see it. They're not on the same page together. Again, bad things happen over the middle of the ball when the ball is tipped up. A little unfortunate that it goes right into a guy's hand behind him, but to me, you know, I like how Carr plays this one. I would imagine that Renfroe is probably saying, yeah, my bad, bro. I probably should throttle down right there, right where you threw it, and that should be an easy hookup. Tough. I mean, now we're really in the tough waters.
Yeah, I don't know.
Next
I think he threw it too
this is a
in the
tough
back.
Too.
We're
going to get sacked.
I don't know.
This to me is hot down here to the bottom. Now, is this a poor decision or a poor route from Adams? I'm going to probably go both. And again, not a great answer for some people. To me, we have a free runner on our left offensively. Now, you can make the argument that we could block this thing up if we blocked it a little different with a four-person slide to our right. But he obviously checks into what he wants here. Free runner to our right here, you got to throw the ball hot. He sees it, right? Like you can tell Carr sees it. He's not startled by it. But the route, it looks like an option route. And so you don't want option routes with hots because they take too long. So watch Adams' route down here to the bottom. He's in the bottom slot.
Right.
This is not a hot route. You quarterbacks can't wait for you to make your move, chill, and then come out of it. I mean, he's already in the grasp before you know where he's going. And the reason you can't throw this with anticipation usually on these option routes, and the way you can tell option routes is they're usually slower off the line of scrimmage, and then they come out and they kind of stutter their feet. So he probably has the option to go in, maybe even to the post, to set down like a hitch or run out. How most of these choice routes work. What you need when you're hot is, first of all, if someone comes off your face like this, usually these things will have a built-in just run a flat. That's really what you need. Or you need to be able to throw a vertical or throw something else. If you allow him to just say, and then come out, well, then you're sacked. Now, the other thing is you could potentially block this up if you change the pass pro. Easier said than done. But again, you know, for me, if I'm Carr, I got to throw the vertical down here to the bottom, or Adams needs to run a better route. But is that on Carr? Is that on the offensive design, the structure of the offense? It probably is. It's probably all of the above, and that's why these changes and why playing quarterback and football at the highest level is difficult and challenging. So there's no one, hey, just throw it, bro. Well, there's nowhere to throw it. Now we're taking sacks, and now we're in all sorts of trouble. And finally, this last interception is a tough one. We're going to get a little switch release dagger down here to the bottom versus Tampa 2. Renfroe is open. This has got a chance to be a massive play in this game, and we miss it. We miss it, in my opinion, because of Carr's footwork. Another example of pocket movement versus reset and running to trouble. And he makes that throw unnecessarily difficult. You know, he looks like he's trying to be Mahomes here. This is a throw Mahomes makes with his eyes closed, but any mortal should just reset up in the pocket and throw a strike. It's great vision, right? He sees it. This shouldn't be there. At the snap of the ball, and you're running what I'm going to call switch release. So he's running the in, and Renfroe is running the, you got to get on your ass, haul ass, and run the clear. That shouldn't be there versus this look. You know, this look sure looks like it's going to be a close look. They end up running out of Tampa, and so this player becomes the middle hook player. And so it's there. But the reason he misses it is because when he hits the top of his drop, instead of moving up and resetting, he just continues to move up and run up like a little lowercase panic. And it's a bummer that that's not the best way that I like to describe quarterback play, but that's what the film says here. I mean, just hitch up, relax, trust your pass pro, and throw a seed instead of a panic on the move flick for the L. And it's a bummer, and I don't think it's just Carr. I don't think the film shows that it's just Carr, but Carr's playing a big part of some of these disaster L's. So that is a wrap. Derek Carr, week 16, tough L on the road, tough conditions. Okay, set the context for what it was. It's a tough situation, in my opinion. Yes, Derek Carr not playing his best ball right now. Is it just him? No. I think we showed some design question marks, some pass protection question marks, some help on the perimeter question marks. So it can be all of those things. But Derek Carr, the player, I think the most concerning thing for me watching it has always been a few things. One, the timely turnovers, just how that works out, that's always going to be tough. I think the way he plays the position for me, just the footwork, the kind of toesiness, the unnecessarily difficult levels of some of his pocket movement choices, whether it's a reset or it's moving to trouble, and you couple that with what I would consider turning down throws, and again, acknowledging weather's tough. Weather's always tough in December in pro ball. But turning down some throws that I think are probably classically defined as open in the league for checkdowns is going to frustrate coordinators, offensive architects, teammates, all of those things. So it can be all of those things. It's always going to get messy here when these things go sideways at the end of a season. So unfortunate on a number of different levels, but I do think the film shows that he's just not playing good enough ball or the best ball that he possibly can right now. And it's unfortunate when you got to make a change and the messiness elements of it. But the film is the film. Let me know if you disagree. I certainly appreciate you hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.
Oh, yeah. Those window options or whatever, what he was saying earlier, like Jimmy G is really good at that. Now I'm curious, like who are the Raiders looking at to bring in? You know what I mean? Like everyone's talking Tom Brady. I'm even thinking Jimmy G. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's gonna be interesting where the Raiders are. It's kind of weird that we're trying to do Patriots West Coast, right? Especially like I became a Raider fan after the Tuck rule, right? It was like my 7th grade year, and they fucking make it. They have a good year and they make it to the Super Bowl, and I'm like, yeah, Raiders, and they lose, and they suck, fucking bad. Not just like regular, all right, they're just having a hard time. Like they suck. They go fucking like 0-15 or whatever, 0-10 or whatever. It was just really bad. It was like, what the fuck is going on? So and it's just weird, you know what I mean? Especially because Tom Brady was getting all the refs on his side and all that shit, and the Raiders were always getting fucking flagged and shit. It was just like, it's just weird that's what's going on. You know what I mean? Like it's just like but fuck it, dude. I'll take Tom Brady over Carr any day. Jimmy Garoppolo over Carr any day. Stidham over Carr any day now. Come on, man. Like, it is what it is. Sorry, Carr. It's the end of an era. It's tough. It's tough. It's just tough. I don't want to be rude because he was my quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But it's time to move on. It's a business, and you're not cutting it, my boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm out.